boy Mark Goodman, aka the voice box of the block.
Yo, it's your boy Big Norm, man. Yo,
just
chilling right here.
We at the Varsity Barbershop. We finna wrap this up, man. We're going down memory lane, and we wanted to make sure we get the barbershop filled. So how we gonna get the barbershop? We gotta go in the barbershop. Let's go.
Yeah.
This is a Good God podcast, where we talk about the good and the bad, about sports and how to get to a bad. And can't nobody do it like that. You gotta tune in if you wanna get laugh. And shout out to Marcus, the big Norm. So that the show ain't a bit normal. We ahead of the game and we can't fumble.
Let's talk about it now. We on air right now. It's your boy Mark Goodman, aka the voice box of the block. I'm with my boy Big Norm. I got some legendary people. I'm from Woodruff, South Carolina. Yeah. I'm from Woodruff, so y'all got to educate me about Lawrence County. Now I know some Lawrence people, and I heard y'all had some baseball players, some football players, some softball players. What other players y'all got out here? What's happening?
Let's focus on the football players right now, man. The real sport. We're gonna talk about the real sport. Yeah, as you stated, we do have a couple of legends here in the shop today. Right now, I'm looking across at my man Mack, who was my running back partner at Lawrence High. We raised a little noise together, set a few records, hit a couple thousand yards. We got between Donald and I think we got about 4,000 yards sitting here in the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I came out my senior year, my record was 32-6 as a starting running back at Lawrence. Duck and I played together, man. I remember him pushing for 1,000. My junior year, I was his fullback. I used to talk to Duck on Friday night. Hey, man, which way you want to go? He let me know he want to get to the outside. You know, I was his fullback. I get him to the outside. You know.
Yeah. And so I don't want to hold you. What year was this?
That would have been 87, 88.
88.
Yeah.
So this is around. This is a good time in '88 because the Wolverines winning around this time too. Now I don't want to leave that out. I know I'm in Lawrence. I know the Wolverines were doing their thing too in '88. You know what I'm saying? But introduce yourself, brother. Introduce yourself.
Donald Mack.
So, tell me a little bit about my man Eric Little. Tell me a little bit about yourself too. Tell me a little about yourself.
Well, when I started, it was I was watching Tony Rice coming up, Ricky Foggy, Fred, Jimmy Harris. So I watching all them boys come up. So, I want to be one of them cats.
So they definitely. So you said they inspired you.
Yeah, right.
How many did you win?
We didn't get no championship.
You didn't get no championship.
No, but we got close, real close.
Who you get beat by? You remember?
West Side. We went up there and beat West Side. How bad we beat West Side?
49-15.
We beat West Side 49-15 the first game, and then they came back and beat us. I want to say 42-43.
42-41.
42-41.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
same season. 2 weeks later. Wow. 2 weeks later.
But my uncle was the nose guard, so he got suspended, and then when they came back and beat us 41-42.
Wow. That was Tony Mack?
Yeah, that was Tony. Yeah, Tony Mack. Yeah, he got suspended.
Let me add something on Tony Mack. Tony Mack weighed every bit of 145 pounds?
145 pounds.
All region. Listen now, all region nose guard at 145 pounds. Hidden. 5'7", 5'6", 5'7"?
Yeah, 5'7", yeah.
145 pounds. All region. And we talking region 1 4A, right? Region 2 4A. All region now. And he was a hellraiser. Just let me give him that.
Yeah.
But to Donald's point, man, when we were coming through, we was in 6th, 7th, 8th grade. We saw the Ricky Foggers, we saw the Lonnie Pulleys, the Jimmy Harris, and the guys of that nature. And the tradition of Lawrence football just kind of inspires you. You know what I'm saying? And as a kid, you go to the game on Friday night and you hear the name Lonnie Pulley on the carry or something to that effect. You wanted your name to ring out over the arena like that, or the stadium, right? And so when you got to the high school, it was a tradition of winning. That was just Lawrence football. If you had a season of 9-2 or 9-3, that was a bad year for us. It was just the consistency of a high performance, high expectations, and you represented Lawrence. And and that's what made us the teams that we were. And we played for each other.
Now I gotta ask you a question since there's a lot of Lawrence people here. And how can y'all get back to the top? Because y'all done had a lot of losing seasons now. I'm from Woodruff now. I got to talk a little bit now. Y'all I gotta talk a little bit now. Let me talk a little bit now. Gotta have a lot of losing seasons. So how can y'all get back to the top, to the glory days? You think? Is it coach?
To return.
Y'all got talent now.
Yeah, we got talent. But the other thing of that is too is that there's a lot of talent that's not stepping on the field. You got a lot of young men that's not interested in playing football. And go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. You got 4 junior high school going there, 1.
Yeah, feeder schools. Yeah.
Right. That's a lot. That's a lot of kids going to one high school.
I agree with that.
So you said too many kids to try to get everybody on the field and get their opportunity like y'all once had.
Not that.
I just think in this lifetime, it's a lot of kids that don't want to do sports.
Right.
Sitting in the house playing video game, want that fast money.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But I think it also goes back to tradition too. You know, it's a matter of, wanting to represent the region or the area that you come from. Like us, we were chopping at the bit to have the opportunity to put have that L on side of our helmet.
Right.
And we're gonna go represent Lawrence County. And it was a certain amount of pride that came with that. The citizens of Lawrence County, they had an expectation of us, and we didn't mind carrying that load, so to speak.
Yeah, because when we played, if you didn't get there about 6:30, you had to walk from Barlow.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, you had to walk a long walk just to get there.
About a mile.
Yeah.
So if you didn't get to the game by 6:30, you got to walk a mile.
You got a long walk.
You gonna walk either from the end of Radar Road or down there. What's that? 76 is that is on US 76.
Yeah.
Or you gonna walk from down there on the far end of 76 almost to Barlow.
So you need to get there by 6 o'clock. Game start at 8.
Yeah, and we had a lot of people. Get off work, come straight to the game.
Wow.
Work clothes. Yeah. Seriously.
With the rich tradition that Woodruff and Lawrence have, that's the type of stuff I want to get back to.
But see, what happened
that's exactly
was
what I want to get back to. That rich tradition, and like you said, a lot of young good guys, not to knock on them, they into other things. They in the, like you said, the streets and things of that nature. So I think this is a great opportunity for me to create a platform to let people know these youth. Like, listen,
but see, you gotta realize.
You want to be a legend, you gotta commit. You gotta commit.
But see, our coach, he came from Woodruff.
He did.
Yeah, Bobby Ivy.
So that's what made us want to, beat Woodruff. Yeah.
Yeah.
He came from Woodruff.
And let me say this, and in the Jamboree, we handled Woodruff, didn't we? Every year. Hey, hey, go back. Hey, if you can go back, listen. If you can go back and listen, listen now. If you want to go back, hey, I'm speaking facts though. I'm speaking facts. You can go back and look, check it. Jamboree, it's 2 quarters. But the thing is, Lawrence owned them 2 quarters.
But what about the regular season? Now we got that.
We never played Woodruff in regular season.
Lately.
No, we speaking on our era. We never had the opportunity to play Woodruff in the regular season. But I don't think it would have been anything different. I'm just gonna be honest.
I'm gonna speak on some new school. I remember we came down there to Lawrence.
Running.
I think they opened up the rivalry back in 2012. Because Lawrence and Woodruff always have been a rivalry. Right. And we came down there. I think y'all had Hammer.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think y'all had Hammer. Tim Walker's son, Hammer. Yeah, definitely. Shout out to my man Tim. We come down there, and I ain't gonna lie, man, y'all had Hammer, and you had another cat in the backfield, and man, y'all was just running this option. But like I say, shout out to my man Sid Wetman, Psycho Sid. He caught a bubble at the end of the game and took it down to like the 2-yard line. Woodruff punched it in. We won down there. So
Last time I won,
so
we won.
See it Webman, that's Scotty's son.
yeah, that's scary.
So that's a product of Lawrence too. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
There you go again. But go ahead. Introduce yourself, son.
My name is Johnny Ray, a.k.a. The Bear.
Wow.
Yeah, in the house, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a.k.a. The Bear, Yeah, representing class of 92.
Wow.
State championship. Gets Lower Richland down there, so it's a very proud moment in Lawrence history, and I remember that game. I gotta let people know, I'm only 5'5" or 135 pounds at the time.
Right.
And I'm playing strong safety and running back. We had old Cecil down there with us. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Cecil. He was down there with us. And I remember we ran out on the field. And they said they got in their huddle. I'm standing by his side of Big Eric Sullivan. I'm waiting for the call. And then he said, break. And them boys turned around. I ain't never seen some guy so big in high school in all of my days. And like I said, I'm a small fella, but hey, I wasn't scared of nothing. But this first time I was like, uh-oh. And them boys came to the line and say, it's time for y'all to go to school. You know what I'm saying? But as the game progressed, the big boys started getting tired. And them enduro, I didn't know about them enduro. About them enduro, Mack. When that conditioning from them enduro kept stepping on me, and then hey, we were just getting ready to roll then.
So I'm asking you, who was some of the best, the toughest? Because Tony Rice said the toughest team he faced was Clinton.
Oh yeah.
Who was some of the toughest teams you faced?
Well, Clinton, of course, because it's always a rival. But me personally, I didn't like to play Belton Honey Pack.
Right.
People, they didn't never go real far. But I'm saying, when I was running the ball down there, them boys I used to come home so that night. And a lot of other games.
BHP bad.
BHP.
But see, when me and Eric played, we didn't care who we played. Wasn't nobody tough. They were worried about us. Yeah. Now they real talk. We didn't care who we played back then.
Yeah.
Everybody was worried about us.
See, that's the tradition, and that's the passion I want back at Woodruff, to be worried about us. Right. And I think it's gonna take some time, but I'm glad y'all in here because I want that energy in here. I want winners energy, winners circle.
But every time you talk about Woodruff, I always go back to Tony Rice.
Yeah,
that's about the toughest cat I have seen.
Tony Rice was a bad boy.
Bad boy.
I want to ask Ronnie a question.
Wait.
Ronnie Kane, quarterback. Lawrence, 1991 state champ.
State champion. Hey, I'm glad you showed up, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate everybody. I just want to say thank you for everybody that coming through. I want to ask Ronnie. Y'all down there in the state championship game,
Right.
and they say you throw a pass in the corner end zone. Say my man Peterson ran up on it. Charles. Rest in peace, Charles. Yeah. Say you hit him, boom.
Right.
Win the state championship.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how was that season, and how did it feel when he caught that pass and y'all know y'all won it all? Like, how did you feel?
It's giving me butterflies now just thinking about it, man. Battle used to joke with me all the time before the game. My hand be sweaty, nervous, or whatever. You ain't scared, are you? But it felt good, man. To go down there. Not only Charles, did his thing in that game. Derek Barksdale, he probably had like 135-yard receiving.
I heard of that name too.
Yeah. Reggie Cunningham, my other receiver. Chris Edwards, my tight end. Everybody just, came together and we just it was one common goal.
Wow.
When we were at halftime, I told them guys, look, we were down 21-7, man.
Wow.
And I said, man, we didn't come down this far to lose.
Wow.
I don't care how big they are or whatever. We went back out there, man, and everything just started clicking. So like I didn't throw not one incomplete pass, but I did throw one interception in the second half. But we just worked as a team, man. And like I said, it give me butterflies now just to think about it.
Wow.
Not to interrupt you, but it sounded like what y'all did was y'all played regular football. You know what I'm saying? That pride, that step that's required to play at Lawrence High. Sound like they played regular football, and we watched these cats come through. Ronnie got moved up to varsity. Let me go back. Eric Little, running back. Hey, let me give you this. Hall of Fame. Lawrence High Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, you get that? Lawrence High Hall of Fame. We ain't talking no lightweight here.
No, we ain't talking no lightweight. Also, Also Shrine Bowler. Let me give you that too. And
They putting all the accolades out there.
huh? Oh, Lawrence County Player of the Year. Yeah, I did. I received the actually Lawrence County Player of the Year trophy from Gail Sayers at the Lawrence County Touchdown Club. And
you met Gail Sayers?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Gail Sayers, he was the one that yeah. He presented me the award. And the gentleman, we talk about Clinton, and let me rest in peace, Robert Lee, tight end from Clinton. He had signed a scholarship to go to North Carolina State, and unfortunately he developed cancer our freshman year, and he passed away at MUSC. But he and I were the two up for Player of the Year for Lawrence County, and I ended up winning out on that. But let me just revert back to Ronnie and them when they won the state championship. I was in my freshman year of college, I think it was, Ronnie, 91. Yeah. So that was my sophomore year of college, and I remember when they won that state championship, and they represented for us. But like I said, it goes back to the tradition, man. It's all about the tradition of football at Lawrence High, and that's something that we got to get these kids back to. And how do you reestablish a tradition of winning when you've been losing? That's the challenge that we have, and we have to have an administration that's committed to Lawrence athletics. We have to have kids that's willing to step out on the field and represent Lawrence County and take pride in doing that, you know. And there's a lot of work to be put in. Just put it that way. It's a lot of work to be put in right now. You don't just wake up and go win a state championship. You have to build for that. You have to work towards that. Bell, you got?
Yeah, Johnny Ray, Bell, aka the Bell, and just to piggyback off what Eric was saying. See, I had 3 older brothers. You know what I'm saying? So when I was, in middle school and junior high, they was playing, and I'm at the game every Friday night. And my whole thing was when the game over, I just want to hold their head me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because, I got my little plastic thing and the little leaves that I'm playing with, but then I get there after the game and, I got something.
You love
I got that diamond L with me right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know that my day eventually going to come. You know what I'm saying? See, I got my oldest brother, and I'm grabbing his helmet. And I got my 2 twin brothers, and then they playing after the game, that I got their helmets. You know what I'm saying? Little kid running around on the field after the game,
So really, you just waiting for your opportunity.
Anticipate. Can't wait.
Yeah, hey.
Can't wait.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
If I recall it, man, Bear, oldest brother, Cal, he won 2 state championships. Then the twins, like I said, they went to the second round of the playoffs. And they lost by a few points to West Side. And like Bear said, man, we grew up, watching them guys play. Me and Bear went to school, from.
So really, y'all came up playing.
Yeah. We used to be on the side while they out there playing football. We on the side of in the back of the stadium playing. Got all pickup going on back there. Yeah, with a cup, ready for the game to be over, so we can go out there and and hold a helmet, smell that sweat. That diamond L.
Russell Smith, tell them about, here's the funny thing with us 3. When their brother wanted to was going to state, we was in E.B. Moore's.
Yeah, let me tell that story. Yeah. I remember, man, when they went to the first state championship. That's back when Rick and Lonnie were playing. And so when we were kids, 84. Yeah, when we were kids, we used to line up. We lined up and watched the buses coming down, getting ready to go to Columbia. And man, we were so excited. I remember telling Bad and all them, I said, we're gonna do that one day. And kids gonna be out here watching us do it. And man, Lord behold, it still gives me chills again. We went down through there doing the same thing, man. Them kids, and the other day I was down in Lawrence, a little boy came up to me. Well, he ain't no little boy now. He said, Ronnie, man, you the best quarterback I ever seen, this and that and that. And I wasn't the best quarterback I ever seen. I think Rick Foggy was. Them boy know I'm crazy about Rick. But yeah, and but
that was your motivation.
Yeah, but we saw that, man, and we did the same thing. But that's how it is down in Lawrence. That's how it was in Lawrence, man. We were committed to being Raiders. Definitely. And we went 8-0 in junior high.
In junior high.
Yeah.
If you take that junior high picture and you put it beside the
State
state championship
championship
picture.
picture. Same
You
kids.
got pretty much the same people, but you got, you know, you had some people from Gray Court and Inner
Yeah.
that filtered in too. But you know what I'm saying? Forward, yeah. But
So I'm gonna ask you a question. I got a question. The people who won championships, did y'all get y'all rings?
oh yeah.
Y'all got y'all rings?
Oh, yeah.
That's all I want to know, because a lot of these guys that me and Shane talk, they didn't get their rings.
Fred said he didn't get his ring.
Fred said he
Yeah, Fred. Yeah.
Well, I remember.
They said they couldn't afford them.
Yeah.
A lot of them
But see, my thing is, you
I
know,
thought that at least such legends, somebody should get taught.
But
you
I
know,
think,
yeah,
I
my
somebody get Ricky a ring. No.
yeah. My thing is, like, you got guys like Ricky, Foggy, Fred Foggy, Tony Rice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you had other athletes on the team as well. You know, you got to have the key pieces, but you got the main guys. You got to make sure these guys get their rings. I mean, how could you not give Ricky, Foggy, Tony Rice their state championship ring? I mean, what are they playing for, nothing?
Well, you know, there's no process in place to help, you know, we'll say underprivileged or, you know, less fortunate individuals, you know, get there, because you're looking at potential violations if the school were to try to pay for it or somebody try to pay for it. So it could be a potential.
I think it's like only so much money like a school can like spend. You know,
Yeah,
on the
Yeah, you know, now just saying that, you know, it could be a potential violation if the school were to try to pay for it or something like that. And, you know, you don't want to, you know, impact a young man's ability to, you know, accept or receive a scholarship or anything of that nature. Now, had the community come together and said, hey, you know, found out that there was a difficulty in individuals receiving their rings, the community that they represented should have come together and said, look, we're going to donate this to the school to make sure these guys get their rings. But we know you definitely don't want to do anything that could hinder a young man from, you know, to continue his career, you know, at the next level. So it's something that we need to be mindful of. And, you know, again, it goes back to us taking pride, because I'm pretty sure those of us sitting here right now, if Lawrence High went to the state championship and won it and those young men couldn't afford their rings, there's too much GoFundMe around here now, and, you know, and other opportunities and crowdsourcing that you can do to take care of that, man. And that's something that we would definitely step up to do.
I'm glad you spoke on that. I'm glad you spoke on that. And I always ask the old school cats, is there any guys that y'all look up to or look at today, you know, and be like, man, in NFL or the college, like, man, that boy look like me. That boy look just like me when I'm out there and when I was out there back in the day.
Oh, no, not that I have look at anyone like that. I was thinking that you was going to talk about that we look up to. And I'm just share this with you. Lonnie Pulley. Lonnie Pulley was the measuring stick for any running back. For any running back that ever come through Lawrence, Lonnie Pulley is the measuring stick. And I'll tell you something, you know, I got a lot of respect for Duck, and I love him like a brother, and we played together. But if somebody asked me who the best running back was, I'm going to say Lonnie Pulley, then I'm going to say my name. You know? And
I can pick up what you putting down.
Hey, I said that's just the reality of it. I'm going to say Lonnie Pulley first, and then I'm going to say me next. You know? Yeah. Then Donald, then Bell. But you know,
Well, I ain't really worried about where I fit in at, but because I'm saying when I was there, I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know. Hey, look here. It ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And that's the way I. But
Hey,
we got respect for each other, man.
hey, Val, they told me, my man, shout out my man Brian Boyd. But shout out my man Brian Boyd. But Val, they told me when y'all went to the state, Brian Boyd said Laura Risen had a big running back, and he said you was just hitting this cat. He said you were just striking this cat. Say he might drag you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But he said you was just fearless, man.
let me tell you about Kevin Archer is his name.
Right.
Kevin Archer was probably 6'1", 220. You know, that's a big running back.
Ran by the 4-4.
Yeah. So, you know, like I said, I'm 135 pounds strong safety. And it's like the coach circled me on the field. Like, oh, yeah, we can attack right here, you know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, man, when I tell you, I running in there hitting it. I was hitting it. And sometimes he was hitting me. I said, just hold on to him. Just hold on to him. Hey, I know the ball's coming. I know they're coming.
The cavalry on the way.
Yeah, they coming. I just got to hold on to him. I'm going to hit him. Hey, you come around here, that's my job.
Oh yeah.
That's my job. And like I said, and I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Yes, sir. But you know, and I ain't gonna lie, they had over 400 yards rushing against us.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Hey, Ronnie, what's the defense like down there? Like, was you under pressure? Like,
Oh yeah, all night long, pretty much. Man, they would hit me. But like Bal said, we had to keep fighting. I mean, man, but as the time went through, our endurance, kicked in, and they put Bal back at running back.
Please let me tell this story.
go ahead.
So as you know, I had scored in the first half.
Right.
On a what?
And, on options.
six-
Pitch by running cane. You know what I'm saying? That's right. On the option, pitch by running cane. No, I went on 60 yards.
68 or 69 when it
Yeah,
We went to we
69,
scored on
yeah.
home side, our home side.
Yeah, it was 69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we and I didn't touch the ball that much more offensively because they were doing so much to us defensively, and I was spending a lot of time on defense. So it's like the last series. It is the last series.
Right.
And I remember Coach Ivy called Raymond 26 sprint drop. And Coach Hawkins was standing right beside him and, said we was counterparts. And Coach Ivy looked at Coach Hawkins and said, I told you, I want Johnny running the ball. And I said, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Because, I've been playing with these guys since we were kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to tell, man, that's my offensive lineman right now. Yeah, get 100 yards, bring sneaker balls to them, feed them cows
Big
up
boy.
front. Feed them.
Yeah.
And then after that, I looked at them boys, and it's like they got a little bit more light in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? I said, man, let's roll on it. Let's roll. When I run out, get you sacked on that last drive.
I know it. Hey, no, the film told it. I still watch the film probably once a month.
You got the film?
Yeah, we got it's on YouTube, man. It's on YouTube.
Yo, y'all film was on YouTube. I didn't know we gotta check that out. I did not know that they film was on YouTube. So who you watching today? I know y'all watch Skip Back. I know y'all talk about NFL today. Who you got today? Who's the guy y'all watching today? Or who y'all think, oh yo, that boy that bad. That's a tough cat right there. Today in today's time.
Like in the NFL?
In the NFL, college, whoever you like, whoever you got your eye on. Who your team?
I like Etienne up at Clemson, man. The way he runs.
Etienne, he's one that I have a lot of respect for. And, I'm an LSU fan, so any running back coming out of LSU, Leonard Fournette, who's now, in the NFL.
He won. Yeah, he didn't he win one?
Yeah,
He won one with Tampa Bay.
Bay.
Tampa Bay. Shout out Leonard Fournette. He ran with Tampa Bay. I thought his journey was interesting because he got signed by Jacksonville, and then he went on and got hooked up with Tom Brady, and then there you go. That's all you gotta do, right? You get with Tom Brady, you win one, right?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, I wanna hear my man Russ tell us this Ray Allen story. I want Russ to tell this Ray Allen story. Like, this cat used to call me on the phone to talk about this Ray Allen story. What happened with that Ray Allen story, Russ?
Here's the funny thing. I know Randy used to hear me and Robert talk about it a lot. When we was in high school, a lot of people don't know this. Played against Ray Allen, Middlefield, Shamon Williams, the Haley twins from Myrtle Beach, Griffin. It was a long list, Larry Davis. But anyway, we were playing Ray Allen, Larry Davis, Griffin played for Charleston area.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, we were down at Coastal Carolina playing in a spring tournament. So Robert Rice had the task of holding Ray Allen. So Robert Rice come out, they got on 2 ankle braces, 2 knee braces. So when it jumped it off, Ray Allen, the way he played, you see him in the NBA, right? When you know what I'm saying, when you see him in the NBA, when he played at UConn. Yeah. From start to finish, Ray Allen was wide open. So running, full speed. So by the time we got the first time out, Robert Rice come over to the bench. He started taking off ankle braces. So we go back He sent him back in there. So Ray Allen running to death because he ain't doing that come baseline back or he go down through the paint. So Fred Payton was his name. He also played basketball. He played basketball.
He played football with him.
So when he's running and they give it to him, is he hitting?
Oh yeah. Oh, lights out. It lights out. Trust me. Hey, Ray Allen them, you know what I'm saying? We had to play them twice. The first time we played them, they beat us probably by 30. Ray Allen and Griffin were so hot, man. It was just ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. So by the time Robert Rice got finished, only thing he had on was his jersey and short. So Ray had ran into death, but you see where he ended up at. So you know what I'm saying? It's understandable.
And that work.
Yeah,
Put in that work.
But
Hard work always pays off.
but
Hey, hard work beat talent any day, man.
You know what, man? You know, speaking of hard work or whatever, Coach Alvin, he instilled that. He wanted us to do that on the football field and in life and everything.
Yeah.
And I think all of us carry that to today. And it's just hard work.
Yeah.
And that's what them kids got to do back down in Lawrence. They got to go back to work. The coaches, first of all, got to go back to work to get the kids in there, get them off those computers or whatever. And PS5s or whatever. Yeah, they got to get off of it. The talent's there. But then a few years ago, back in like 2014 or 15, when my son and them stayed up here at Hillcrest, they had probably 25 kids on that team who were from Lawrence.
Wow.
You know, coming from down there because they wanted to come up here to a better culture, situation.
I heard about that.
Yeah, man, and
I remember that.
and they won the state championship. And the thing about it, when I got moved up to varsity, I was in the 9th grade, but I didn't start until my senior year because I was behind Brian Spurgeon, Jerome Reed, and Roy was gone when I got there. Yeah, Roy was a bad boy too.
That's what they be
Yeah.
saying, my cousin. Man.
Yeah.
They was tough.
Yeah, man. I mean, the quarterback room where we was at, man. I mean, it was just stacked or whatever. But yeah. And then we had Scotty Webber was down there for a while, but he ended up quitting. And then Charles, he tried to play quarterback for a while before he started after I left. But man, Brian Spurgeon was a beast too. Oh my goodness! Baseball, football, and basketball. He was all state in all of
You
it.
can only get one player back in our time that can do it all.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Brian Spurgeon. Brian could play. Brian did it all. I mean, in good in baseball, basketball,
state.
and football.
All state.
Let's say exceptional.
Yeah.
All state.
I saw two players. I saw two when I was down there. It was Brian Spurgeon and Art Smith.
Right.
Yeah.
They're my two in my time.
Right. And then this guy named Mike Coleman, man.
Yeah.
Exceptional athlete, man. Yeah, he's in our family too, but man.
Your cousin, you know what I'm saying?
Jerome Reed.
Jerome Reed.
Yeah, like I said, I'm talking about
Pound for pound,
Yeah.
one of the best athletes I ever
ever
tried.
seen. Ever seen, man.
And what you didn't know, Jerome Reed and Ponya Park,
Yeah, Panya.
they were playing varsity
In the 8th grade, wasn't
baseball.
Yeah.
They were in that 7th, 8th grade,
Right.
playing for the high school.
it? Yeah. And
Yep.
playing.
And playing.
Playing, starting, man.
And this was Division 2, 4A school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We was second to the largest could
Yeah.
have in the state at that time.
Just Big 16 that was up above.
The one thing y'all left out when we talk about Brian and Jerome, those guys would lead. They pretty much prepared themselves for 2 years. They would leave the football field, go in the gym and shoot you out. Leave the gym and go in the baseball field and do it. So they were right behind each other.
Yeah, because you know when you playing,
Yeah.
They
And it's
play sports every year, baseball.
yeah, all year round. And, yeah. Yeah, so
Put these boys in the Hall of Fame in every sport in high
yeah,
school.
and so those are guys who I had to go up against. They was a little bit older than me, but hey, I was in the room with them dudes there and I learned a lot, man.
Let me and see. I'm gonna ask this right here. You know what I'm saying? Because like when we talk about Lawrence sports, it's always baseball. Did everybody in this room play baseball?
Oh, yeah.
No.
You didn't play? You didn't play? Yeah. Word. Wow.
But
I could have got drafted out of high school, man.
Oh, yeah?
Tell them what I told him, man.
He want to go play football.
hey, Yeah, I remember that. I think that was Florida
Baptist,
Marlins. Florida
yeah.
Marlins had came down there, you know, and I was starting second baseman. Yeah, I was starting second baseman since 10th grade on the state championship team, you know, player of the year, you know, and then, running start. I think you just played your senior year.
I just came out. I had been playing all the way up to like the 8th grade, but started hanging with my cousin Eric. I'm just a football player now.
Yeah, and then
I played basketball too. But
I remember.
Tell me how they tried to move you, Ronnie.
yeah, when they found out Eric was my cousin, man, my junior year, they found out he was my cousin. They tried to move me to running back. Yeah.
Hey, Eric, I'm gonna tell y'all this story. I don't know if Ronnie ever told y'all this, but the scouts came down there. They wanted to see Ronnie in the outfield.
Right.
You know, but Ronnie was playing shortstop then.
Right.
So they hit him a ball out there. And Ronnie missed it. And went all the way to the fence and grabbed it and almost threw it over home plate from the outfield. And I said, they finna draft him off of there.
It was about that high off the ground, man.
Wow.
No cut off.
Just easy.
Line drive.
Yeah.
And after they asked, how you feel about going into the draft?
Yeah, man, I was young and naive, didn't know no better than I own play. So the next year they drafted Charles Peterson in the first round. Yeah.
I remember that. I was a kid.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all, do you miss it? Anyone y'all miss it? When y'all look at the game, y'all like, oh man, do I miss it?
Definitely, man. The smell of that fresh cut grass in the springtime. Man, I'm telling you, it's been over 30 years ago, but man, it seemed like it was yesterday when you reflect on it. I often talk to some of my compadres here, man. You know, you smell that fresh cut grass, it take you right back there.
You love the game.
And then,
Oh yeah, love it, man.
And then there's something that go like,
Oh yeah, that Raider band, that band walking down there on Friday night, man.
Feel the chill going through.
No. Yeah.
Don't forget about that Wolverine sound.
Yeah.
Talk about that Raider band, but don't forget about that Wolverine sound. Now, please don't forget about that Wolverine sound. We come marching. You know what I mean? And I'm so glad that we had an opportunity to chat with all of y'all, man. This is so dope and much needed for the community, man, because like I said, y'all have done so much, left so many lasting memories on everybody that have watched y'all play. And I mean, this is going to be crazy, you know what I mean?
Let me add something to that.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Go ahead. We'll say in the spirit of trying to reestablish, you know, the pride in Raider football.
How you do that?
I said in the spirit of it, this is what I want to do. Like, you know, any kids that's playing that has a desire to go to the next level, you don't just wake up and it happens. You have to be committed to that thought, to that idea. You know, you have to be committed to that. So you got to put in that hard work. The other thing I want to say is I want to encourage these parents to get engaged and to get involved in the recruiting process of their kids, man. You know, because that makes a world of difference. I was very fortunate. I had a caring, you know, coaching staff too that cared about, you know, who Eric Little was going to be at the end of this thing. You know, the Bo Hawkins of the world, the Bobby Ivies of the world, the Coach Atkinsons of the world. So they really invested in me, and I had some great guidance counselors that really invested in me as well as, you know, the expectation from my family. But I'm asking the parents to really get engaged and get involved. Your kid, you know, with the advent of huddle and things of that nature, you can pretty much influence your own recruiting by what you're putting out there and putting up there. But you also got to make sure that you're doing your part from an academic standpoint. Because when you go to college, it's about student athlete, and you're a student first. So I don't want to hear parents saying that my son was this or he was that and he was looked over, and then he got a GPA of a 1.5. You know, college coaches come and they ask. They may see that talent, but then they're going to also go to the guidance counselors and ask, what kind of student is he? They're going to check his grades out. They're going to ask the coach, is he a coachable young man? If he the one that miles back and you can't correct him and put him on the right track, it's going to be an issue. So, no, he's not worthy and deserving of being recruited. So don't raise any spoiled brats. Raise a young man, you know, to be accountable, be responsible, and that he's striving towards his own goal too, and that you're involved and you're investing in him as well.
To counterpart what you just said, how important it is as a student athlete to be disciplined and be coachable.
That's number one.
I think that people don't talk about it much as they always talk about how good he is and how great he is, but is he coachable? Because some of these students come in there, we have already gave him so much praise, they become uncoachable. They think they know it all. How important it is. I mean, my man, how important it is just to be coachable, man. Just to be out there and listen to what the coaches said and listen to what your parents say. You don't know it all. Because some guys are very talented, and we know they're talented, but they're just not coachable. And that can kind of cause a cancer in the locker room, too.
Oh, yeah. When you get a guy like that, going to cause a lot of problems because if you can't tell him nothing on the field in practice, he just about going to try to do his own thing.
Right.
So he gonna cause a problem with the team, you know.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
It's
Basically,
like
tell that child different in life.
yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. It's a virus and a plague that infects the whole team. Cause you know if you got one that's able to just do whatever they want to do, come to practice when they want to come to practice, you know, eventually that kind of you know conduct will eventually bleed over into the other athletes on the team. So as a coach, you know that right there, you know it would never be tolerated because it's other children, other kids sitting in the wing ready.
Yeah.
You know, so you know it don't matter. You know, because if you ask Ray Allen, he'll tell you about a guy that he know that was better than him when he was coming up. So it's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is when the opportunity presents itself, you know, young men, be ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't going to be there for you always.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So when the opportunity presents itself, you need to be ready because it's some that's getting ready and it's some that's already ready.
Yeah, that's real. You know, and I want and I
I like how you said that.
you know, and I want to go back to what my man Eric Little was saying about the parents and make sure they get their grades. You know, shout out to my son. He back here on the camera, and I always tell my boys. I got 4 now, but I always tell my oldest boys the first thing that comes first is your grades. And sports second. Make sure you get your grades. You know, and that's all I wanted to say. I'm very proud of him.
Yeah, cause see when I started in junior high, I didn't have no way home.
Ooh.
But see, I wanted to play. That's how bad I wanted to play. When practice was over, I would go out there and stand on side the road. And sometimes it would be by almost getting 7, 8 o'clock.
Wow.
So I had to catch a ride home.
Wow.
About every day.
Dedication.
Yeah. And yeah. You know, and that's how bad I wanted to play. And I went to barbershop for about 5, 6 years ago, and the lady said, and her son was playing football.
Right.
And one day, me and the guy, we got into a race.
Right.
You know, so I went out there and beat him. So the next week, I think the mama came in, right? Yeah. She was talking about her son. My baby got hurt. She had to go out there. So I said, that's what wrong with these kids today. They soft. Woo. And boy, what I say that for?
What you say it for? To win.
Man, that one wanted to fight.
That's right. See, that's the thing. Parents can get in front of coaches coaching.
Right.
Because they don't want you to say the wrong thing. They don't want you to holler at their child. They don't want you to call them out. They don't want you to say sit down over here. They want you to baby. Yeah. Just like they baby their child. Right. But that's not coaching. Yeah, the world is not gonna baby you. I'm glad you brought that up.
Well, that's one of the biggest problems it is now. Yeah. Coach Ivy, man, that dude, man, he's called me so many boneheads. I thought that was my real name. But again, I appreciate being called bonehead, man. Yeah. You know, because like I said, I carry it with my life today. But the kids just ain't got. Most of the kids don't have no discipline. Like I said earlier, they want to play these games, and like Donald just said, the mama's gonna baby them, and a lot of the daddies do too. Mm-hmm. And just got to go back to the old school.
And a lot of them think their kids better than they really are.
Yeah. Right. And that's true. That's so true. Yeah.
We got about 5 more minutes.
Okay, well, let me say this before we shut it down.
We're gonna ride the base. When they see this, they're gonna be calling me, hey, well, you know you got to come to the barbershop.
Yeah. But now
I want to thank you for
my brother got a shop in Woodruff. I set it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know a couple guys. guys down there, they gonna show me a lot of love once they see this, man. Once this hit the air.
I do want to before this ends, I want to, thank Ronnie for what he done for our team that morning practice when we had found out we had lost Tyrus Henry. That it was that morning we all was sitting there at practice, and Ronnie came, held up his helmet, and he said, "We're gonna dedicate this season to Tyrus," and we won the state championship that year. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Old Henry's from the block.
Make sure you the owner.
Yeah. Russell Smith, Varsity Barber Lounge, Fountain Inn. I just want to say two things, man. In this room, you got five people from Lawrence. You got 3 state titles in here. Three. A lot of people don't know. My state title get overshined because of 91.
Track.
I got one in track. 92. So I'm gonna tell you the story. It was funny. Give a shout out to Sid Brown, Jake Martin, Lewis Wilson. But
Shout out to Luke.
so we were down in Columbia. A lot of people don't know the Stephen Davis, dude named Gigi from Gaffney. Sid was getting ready to get in the block. Stephen Davis getting ready to walk to his lane and told her, "Hey fellas, ain't no need to stretch, and they gonna be about 10 seconds."
This ain't no need to stretch.
Ain't no need to stretch it. But the funny thing about it, man, he could have shattered South Carolina record, and he slowed down at the end. His mind was focused on being Gigi at that time. Gigi was the only person to beat him. And he come out. When he come out, man, it sounded like a locomotive. You can hear the wind going down the track. Getting it. I mean,
You ain't no little boy either.
no. And so he couldn't reach him. You know what I'm saying? So that just go to show you, man, some of the talent that all of us come through with.
Yeah, bro,
And-
you can tell me
and-
some of these stories, man. You
What-
remember he broke what's his name, collarbone? When we played
Brian Carter. Brian
Brian
Carter.
Carter.
Almost
Yeah,
paralyzed.
in his career.
Yeah.
When he ran him over?
Yeah.
They tried to tackle him, yeah. In his career.
Almost paralyzed. But I want to say this though, man, to all of us from Lawrence, that these guys will know where I'm coming from when I say that. I want to give a shout out to the guys that took time. A lot of these guys didn't even have sons. So you take people like Preston Harris, Garfield, Beasley, Johnny Ray, a.k.a. Mr. Sleepy, Lulu Mowlin, June Parks, Happy Dow, who I'm missing? I'm missing someone. But these guys took time out to make sure we stayed on the course.
Wow.
If you look at it, they're not us getting in trouble. These guys, David Hill, David Smith, basketball, that Deidre Smith daddy.
Yeah.
See, these guys, man, some of these guys didn't even have sons and took time out of their day to teach us. You know what I'm saying? And in reality, I forget about Mr. Kilgo and their son. These guys, man, took time. I'm talking about football, basketball, baseball.
All year round.
Yeah.
They working with it all year
And
round.
I need to say him to. I need to say I need to say Gene Spurgeon. I don't want to leave him out. He was there. A lot of people don't know Gene was in Lawrence before he moved to NRE. So these guys took time out of their schedule, man, to make sure we stayed out of trouble.
Investing in someone else's kid.
That's real. I love that. I respect
That's
that.
real. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I want to, being that he brought Gene Spurgeon name up, I was in college playing baseball, Then when I come home for the summer, I would play with NRE. And Gene was the coach.
Why you play with NRE?
Yeah.
Shout out to
So, shout out to NRE.
Shout out to NRE.
And before before I went back off to college, they used to take up a little fund for all the people, all the guys that was in college that was playing baseball with them. They took up a little collection, gave us a little something, to kind of send us back off the school with. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to thank them for that because didn't have to do it, but they did.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
We don't got enough of that nowadays.
Yeah.
We don't got enough of you know what I'm saying, supporting the kids, man. Like, everything now is about music and doing all this crazy stuff, guys, we got to get back into the community with the kids, man, and help them grow, get them back in sports. Just like these guys were saying about these kids in Lawrence, they got to get back into sports and, get schoolwork and,
Before I go, let you say this before I go. We had got Tony Rice, a petition going in Woodruff to get the field named after him. And so I want all y'all guys to sign a petition. I'm gonna send it to you via text or via inbox. I want y'all to sign it because it's important that we give people like him remembrance. There's nothing to remember him down there, so it's important that we come together and try to get the petition going. I got it going. A lot of big heads over there in Woodruff knows about this. They said get the petition going, and we definitely can move the needle because one thing about social media, if you drive it in a positive way, you can get positive results. And I think that's what we doing. And I'm so glad that y'all guys came out and showed us a lot of love. This our first different move location, and we're gonna do this again. A lot of legends I know Woodruff gonna be like, boy, y'all, if you don't come down here, because these boys out here, they talking big game, and you better come down here.
Shout out my man Derek Scurry. We coming to see you.
We're gonna come see Derek.
Yeah, we coming, Derek.
And Big Dog, we're gonna come holler at y'all, man. And we appreciate it. It's your boy Mark Goodman, aka the voice box of the block, and we out.